the big one, to me, one of the big ones, is the gift of trauma. I don't know if there's a book about that, but there's some way that the trauma that you describe also set the course of your life to find not only your healing, but the healing that you could spread to so many other people.
Yeah.
That you somehow you're saying to us, yes, you got your trauma, and it can turn into something that you use and that animates and in fact brings you to greater understanding and well-being. So there's that. I also remember I was teaching a class at one of the main schools for psychics in Berkeley.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have to do it. And the woman who was running the class and running the schools, she said, almost all my best psychics are traumatized children.
Yeah.
She said, because they needed to know, like you, they needed to keep that channel of intuition open. So when the car pulled in the driveway, they would know if our dad was drunk or got to come and beat somebody. And you're describing, again, talking about the gift of trauma.
Yeah.
You learned how to pay attention. And from all of this, it was like an education in that way of your sensitivity. And you brought it to this work. And then the next thing that you unpack for us with these images is not just your dreams, but how you found it in your body, which is part of the root of somatic experience, soma of it.
Sure.
And what it meant to trust it and let things unpack, even though it was difficult. You were kind of leading us through the healing of trauma as you told it. And I suspect almost everybody else in the little squares and all of us together, we're here because we've had trauma and we're also helping other people. And so this was kind of a demonstration. Usually you do these brilliant demonstrations with other people.
Yeah, right.
This was the physician heal thyself demonstration. And it teaches us how to do it. So, and of course I resonate with it a lot. I'll tell my story in a minute, but I'm just there with you. And I'm feeling, the goodness of that 5-year-old realizing not only that was he loved, but that something in you that's very bright and alive now is still alive in you and pouring out into the world because you are okay. And you can tell other people they're okay.
Yeah. One of the gifts that I had was curiosity. And when I've worked with individuals over the past 50 years, when you can open to that place of curiosity and loving kindness, is that something already starts to shift.
Yes.
You may not be there all the way, but you're on a path. You're on a trajectory. And the other thing for me was persistence. I never gave up. I continued to go on, and continued to go on. And again, there were times when it was very difficult. But I believe another aspect that I had, gift that I had, was of courage.
Yes. Yeah.
That I would go where angels fear to tread.
Yeah. Yes. So that curiosity, I've also learned it, and it's funny, even as a teacher, when I was a young teacher, people would ask questions, and I'd come up with an answer. That's what I learned in school. You ask the teacher, they have the answer. Of course, turns out you don't have the answers often. So I've learned that training other people, I turn it around. Usually when people ask me something, and my first response is to say, what makes you ask? Because they might say, okay, Jack Kornfield, you're the Buddhist, whatever. Tell me about karma. And I could go on. Right. I could go on for an hour about this kind of karma and that kind of karma. And instead I say, what makes you ask? And someone might say, well, my brother just died in a car accident,
Uh-huh.
or my cousin just won the lottery, or on all these things. And the way I will respond then, I lean in and, okay, you're holding the grief of the car accident, or you're wondering what to do when this person just won $10 million in the lottery, whatever. The healing has to be in the coming together in the minute particulars, in the body and in the story that's actually our experience and not some idea about it. So that curiosity you talk about, which led you to discover so many things, it's actually in Buddhist teachings, it's one of the qualities of enlightenment.